Guys, it's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So, I got a message from a woman, and she said that she is an Aquarius, and she has never loved anyone. She's young, so that may change, but up until this point, she's never loved anyone, and she's afraid that she never will. She said that the only thing she really does is manipulate, you know. Um, and I totally understand what she's trying to say because I only fell in love one time. And the one time I fell in love, it was with the wrong person. So I totally get you. And this is very common for Aquarius, by the way. A lot of Aquarius, it's not that we're, not open to love or have an aversion to love, because Aquarius will love. As a matter of fact, the other day I was talking to somebody and we were saying that Aquarius in certain areas, who are born in certain areas, are more likely to actually mate. An Aquarius who's a January Aquarius, or an Aquarius who's born like on the cusp of Pisces, are more likely to get into long-term romantic relationships. And the ones in the middle, some of us will too. It's just the fact that the ones in the middle, the ones that are after January but before February, before the end of February, I think Aquarius ends at, what is it, the 18th, I think it is. Those of us who are in the middle from like the 1st to the 17th, we can and do fall in love. It's just not as common. It's not as common as the Januaries and the other ones that I mentioned, but we do fall in love. It's just the fact that, oh God, Aquarius is not like the other signs of the zodiac. We're looking for this real ideal kind of love. And it's not to say we expect the other person to be perfect, we just expect them to be our vision. And if they're not our vision, then we don't attach to them. It's just very simple. We meet somebody, we might like them, might be a nice person, but if they don't match our vision, we are not going to attach. We have this vision in our soul of the kind of person that we want to be with, and the things that we do with this person, and the kind of person this person is, the kind of personality and characteristics they have. And when somebody has that, then those are the kinds of people that will gravitate towards. But Aquarius, you really do want a very special person. This is not just Joe anybody walking down the street or Joe anybody that's on the chat room. This is a very special person in a lot of cases, so they're not easy to find. So for Aquarius, I really recommend using the law of attraction. I recommend using your energy to draw to you, to manifest to me. Because what I've come to find is that looking for them doesn't work. Going to chat rooms, going to party lines, going to bars, going to singles events. I've come to find that doesn't really work with us. I know people who've gone to a bar and met a lover every time they walked in, or went to a singles event and found the love of their life. I mean, like, some people, it's just so effortless, but it's not like that with us because of the ideal. So I feel like we have to know what we want and draw what we want to us. So if you're an Aquarius, and you want to fall in love, you've never fallen in love before, I would strongly suggest knowing the law of attraction and using the law of attraction to draw love to you. Okay? It seems to me that this is what works the best, because I've tried the other way. I've tried to look, go places and look and kind of search. I done turned over every stone, and I always meet people I don't want. That's the bottom line. I meet people that I like a little, I like for a while, something like that. Somebody I don't want to attach to, somebody I don't want to make a commitment to, somebody who I'm okay with, but I don't want to make that commitment. See, romantic love for me, and for a lot of Aquarius, committing to romantic love is like one of the highest forms of love, other than friendship. Aquarius hold our friends in very high regard too. But on the flip of that is romantic love. And to us, romantic love is very dangerous, because romantic love, it just opens up all this floodgate of emotions. So we don't want to commit. We don't want to open up that floodgate of emotions. We don't even want to start none, don't be none, unless we're sure that this person is the one who is the one. Every Aquarius has an idea in their mind of the one. And if that person is not the one, then we're not trying to do it. We're real like conditional in that way. Like we'll be like, okay, well, I'll see you and see what happens. And once we see that this person is not the one, it ends. It pretty much just ends. And the other person may not understand that, or they might be still coming towards us trying to get us to engage, is really what happens. And it's like, we just know you're not the one. So people get really mad at us about that. I have a lot of people come to me of other sun signs, very pissed at Aquarius because of that very reason. Y'all don't know how many times y'all got me cussed at because y'all did some shit to another sun sign, and they're like, why not me? And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you. You just weren't the ideal that the Aquarius was looking for. It's nothing wrong with you. Somebody else is looking for you. You're just not what the Aquarius was looking for. And I always tell you guys, just because somebody's not checking for you doesn't mean something's wrong with you. And that's what people always go to. Their mind always goes to, what is wrong with me? Why not me? Nothing. The Aquarius has an ideal in their head and you just don't match it. In their mind, they want somebody who, let's say for instance, I'll tell you guys what I want, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I want a woman, period. I don't want a guy. I want a cisgender woman, period. I want a big gal. I want a little gal. I want a big gal. I want a woman who's like size, 16 and up. Somewhere between like 16 and 24. Somewhere in there. I love me a big gal. Love me a full figure woman. I like a woman, or I want a woman who has big breasts. That's one of the things I like. That's what I want. Okay? So a lot of times I'll meet a woman who have the physical, which is cool, but she won't have the other things. And the physical only going to take us so far. So what are the other things that I really want from a woman? Well, I want a woman that's intelligent. I can't be with a woman I can't have a conversation with. So if I meet a beautiful big gal, but she dumb as a bag of rocks, or tells me something like, I don't really read, I think it's stupid. The Aquarius is like, it depends on exactly what it is that they say to me. I want somebody that's intelligent. I want somebody who's independent. And I want somebody who likes to travel. So if the woman doesn't fit into these categories, I don't care how beautiful and perfect her body is for me. Those other things don't match. Everything has to go together, or you don't have what is in my mind the picture that I'm looking for. You see? So like I said before, it's easier for the Aquarius to just use the law of attraction to draw this kind of person to you. It's the only way I can see it ever really happening, because most Aquarius I know who have this issue have done the same thing I have. They've turned over every stone. They've met people all over the place. I've met women all over the world, literally, and still have not met one that I wanted to commit and attach to. And when I was dating men, it was the same exact thing. I would be with a guy for a little while, then be like, I don't like him. It was the same exact energy. But it was worse because I would be so unhappy, which is why I stopped dating men. I just found myself to be so unhappy. So I just like, ugh. At least with women, I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed the ride. It might not last, but I at least enjoyed the ride. So for us as Aquarius, a lot of us have had this happen to us. This young lady that sent the question said all she does is manipulate. A lot of us do that too. A lot of us have people around us for what we want them for, whatever that something may be. We may manipulate them for money. We may manipulate them for having some place to stay. Manipulate them because they want companionship when we're lonely, knowing that we don't want to be with them. We have all kinds of little things we do like that. But that's why I stopped dating altogether, because I realized that those things are manipulations and they don't help you get to your goal. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to fall back, get this part right, and then move forward with trying to manifest. So that's what I recommend. I understand that a lot of Aquarius go through this. And is from what I've read about us, is very normal. But nobody ever tells you what to do about it. They just be like, yeah, Aquarius has a tendency to have that problem. But none of the books tell us what to do about it. So I decided that what we have to do is get our head and our heart chakras right. First of all, get your thoughts right about relationships and make sure you've healed anything that's insulted your heart. Because as an Aquarius, if you have negative thoughts, as a person, if you have negative thoughts about anything, it's hard to draw that something to you. And if your heart chakra has wounds or traumas or hurt still on it, a lot of times you have a hard time focusing on what you do want because you're still focused on the hurt from what you didn't want. Okay? So that's what I would say. Get your thoughts right, get your heart right, and use the law of attraction to draw somebody to you. Many of us have been in this space. My father died, and he had been with my mother. I don't know if he was in love with her or not, but he had been with my mother until I was 2. They broke up, and he never got into another serious relationship again. And we're talking like he died when I was like 36 maybe. So we're talking about 34 years. He never got into another serious relationship. So, and when he did get into a relationship that I thought was going to be serious, he broke up with the girl. So it's very common for us, men and women. Aquarius men and women have this issue. So like I said before, that's the answer to how to fix it, Aquarius. Just, focus your mind in those areas. I hope it helps. See you later.